Hey, you. Thanks again for joining me. And if this is the first time you're hearing my voice slash seeing the digs, my name is Elliot. And I'm just like you. Light being, doing work. So I guess that makes us light workers. Of all the different things that I do to express my happiness and my joy, not least of which is loving you and loving everybody in my path, is communicating as best I can that which I've discovered. Because what applies for me applies for you too. We're the same. So today, there's a couple things, one of which is your daily vibration. When you wake up in the morning, let it not matter which side of the bed you roll up off of. Determine to set your own frequency, to set your own determination. And strategies for that are many. But for an example, and what I do, because it's pretty accessible, is listening to some of your favorite music. Yeah. Listening to some of your favorite music so much so that some part of you sings along and dances along. Because your vibration and all of ours and everything isn't secluded to one spot. And really, if you knew, there's no seclusion at all. And you and I, we touch each other with our vibrations, with every thought. But I digress, and that gets complicated before it gets simplex. And the point I prefer to make is sing more, dance more, and fuck everything that gets in the way. Maybe for you, it's, I don't know, drawing. Delving deeply into reading. And allow it to change. Whatever it is your soul feels like doing, make the time, create it, take it. To vibe, yo. Because it'll affect every one of your own energetic centers. And when all of you is dancing to the same tune, there is a coherency that you create within you, and that's very powerful. Especially when you can become familiar with it and know then when you're not coherent with yourself, and all that means is really there's a wholeness, a sense of communication throughout that is in agreement. The word is coherence. And it's the superpower of light. Like personally, and don't let it just be in the morning. Let it be anytime you feel you need to lift your vibrations, because you'll develop your strategies, and you'll also get to feel that urge, that self-telling that you're like, yo, rise up, homie, rise up. I croon from my balcony, and I dance like a motherfucker too. Pretty much all the people that have balconies facing mine in my little court know me as much as I know them. They know my voice. And I like to think that it's not the timbre or the tone or the quality, although, I'm not bad, I like to think. Practice, though. Just don't stop. I'm determined to do yourself better. It's my joy. It's the happiness that comes through. It's like, that guy right there doesn't give a shit. Except, doesn't give a shit about shit. And loves whatever he loves. And that, I don't have to tell you, it's contagious. So do you, be you. Trust me, it's worth it for all of us. Another way is meditation. Meditation is powerful. But meditation is also, because it's so powerful, what it is and what it isn't has been clouded as a part of a collusion to confuse. So let meditation be whatever you think it is first, and then make it easier. I teach meditation. I teach all this stuff. So, and most succinctly, what meditation can be for you is sitting or laying down and relaxing. It's helpful to connect to the natural flow of this moment. When you get really lost in thought, and then before you know it, 5, 10, 20 minutes, however long passes, this is the most opposite with a similar effect. Which is why I most often teach to connect with your breathing, because you can be anywhere, and that tool is always with you. Watch the flow of your breath in your mind's eye, or how it feels in your belly. You can also monitor the sound of it, whichever one of your gifts you choose and is the most accessible. What else are you doing? Relax. Yeah. The effort of meditation is a balance with ease. If your eyebrows are furrowing, relax. If you think you're doing it wrong, you're only crossing yourself with that thought. And really not even then. Because the key to meditation, whereas singing, dancing, doing your thing, your joy, is more of a rising. The key and opportunity with meditation is a neutralizing. It's being with what is without identifying and attaching. So thoughts will arise. The point is not to not think. It's instead to let think and stay connected. Stay connected to something that is right now. Because thinking happens without practice in some abstract place where there's no time and no space. And that place is real. And meditation is a great way of becoming familiar with it. Stay connected to the way your body feels. And let that be foremost. And then when your thoughts arise, if you can focus on your breath and think those thoughts at the same time, perfect. Should you notice that eventually you've lost your breathing, or whatever your point of contact is, you can be watching the flame of a fire or a spot on the wall, right? Anything that connects you and your attention to the flow of now. When you notice that you're no longer now, congratulate yourself, because that's the point of meditation as well, to notice when you're not here. So it's not a, oh fuck, it's a, huh, look at that. And then see if you can come back to your breathing or your point of contact. And if you can also do that again and keep the thought, keep whatever you were in just then more power to you. Keep doing your thing. But if it fades because you're focusing on your breath, let it. And if I may, make something of a it's a kind of promise. That genius thought, that idea that you had, you're like, oh, that's so good, I just don't want to forget it. So you're just going to stop and like go write it down or something. Trust that it's within you. And it will be here precisely when you're ready for it. And when you need it. So lifting your vibration can be a morning practice. It really sets the tone of your day, or your afternoon, or your evening. Meditation is simply being. And it's important. Take your time to connect with a flow that encompasses you, that doesn't need your rowing, your pulling or pushing. Feel you're part of something. There's no rule for how long you have to do it. Meditation teaches you your sovereignty. Within and without it. Lastly, regarding all this stuff going on in the world, in your changing energy, know for certain that you are not alone. And not just that, but there are forces of light and goodness, righteous, that are even right now making way. I want to say slaying and devastating. All that would seek to harm or control you. And that vibration can send ripples. So when you're not sure, look up into the sky. See the sun or the clouds or the stars or the moon, and feel like you're both and all at the same place at the same time, and moving together. and love wins. If you don't believe that, then let me just kind of be something more of a caster, sportscaster, telecaster, newscaster, truthcaster. Love is winning. That's a fact. Love and light. We're winning. So let the world see your winning smile. And do what you can to share yourself and this energy with those around you. It doesn't have to be a forced thing. Because your joy, and those that can receive it, will be there. And those that can't, we're all on different journeys. When things are the hardest, know that there are beings that are doing for you and doing with you. That's a fact. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being the bright light that you are. For not stopping. For keeping going. Even when you didn't know how or why. That means everything. That's love. That's light. Till next time. I love you. Peace. Namaste. Yeah, man, I love you. Just fucking take it.